Just wrapped up a monster 4-hour session with Alan Grohe, Grow Dog, of course. Ran us through some Castle Greyhawk dungeons, and it was fantastic. It was so awesome to play in that. I'm gonna come back to this. So if you're watching this at some point in the future and you're like, why is he repeating this? It's because I want the live audience to hear about this and hear about all the goodness. We've got kind of a full dance card tomorrow too. I've got some friends I'm going to try and hook up with. I've got hey, Dungeon Minister. Good evening, Padre. How are you? Good to see you. I've been trying to send people your way, Dungeon Minister. It seems like the Dungeon Minister is probably easier for people to remember as a YouTube name than the Dungeon Delver. But anyhow, woke up this morning to almost a foot of snow.
That was a shocker.
Yeah, that was a big shocker. And the funny thing is, like, I was tossing and turning, and I couldn't quite get to sleep. So when I woke up at like 4 in the morning, oh, you're quite welcome, Dungeon Minister. You're quite welcome. So yeah, I woke up at like 4 in the morning and looked out the window because they've been talking about snowpocalypse. And I look out and I'm like, because we get storm warnings down in Florida sometimes, like rainstorms warnings, and it's like, it's like, oh, tomorrow, thunderstorms all afternoon.
Oh, it's going to be 90 next week. And
you know, and then like nothing to do. We get like a literal handful of rain. Like if you went up in a helicopter with a double handful of water from a tap, that's as much as we get. So I thought this was a case of that happening. 4 o'clock, I look out, nothing on the ground except for the months old piles of snow packed here and again. 6 o'clock, 6:15, I finally wake up for good and look out, and the snow is this deep and getting deeper and deeper. And finally, because we were going to head over at, I think, noon or something, and we're like, it'll stop, it'll stop, it'll stop. It did.
It got heavier.
It did. It didn't stop. It just got heavier and heavier. And finally, Colleen was like, so we're gonna get an Uber over to the con. So yeah,
I will not be a tourist responsible for accidentally smacking into somebody's house.
Yeah, exactly. So we Ubered over to the con, and I was like, okay, well, we'll check out the dealers' booths and what, we got there like 2:45. We'll check out the dealers' booths. I don't have a thing till 7, and I sat down. I ran an ad hoc OD&D game, Total Party Kill, by the way.
You were like descended upon immediately.
Yeah, exactly. While I'm running the game, I see a woman, and Colleen, did you get her name?
Oh my! Of course I did, but I don't remember because I'm awful.
Fan?
Okay, if you're going to the con, she was teaching chair yoga.
She was teaching chair yoga at the con.
Nice lady.
Doomsword, greetings. Bow Necromancer, I should have used your wizard staff. It worked great for you. But anyway, so greetings to New Zealand, there, Brian. So she keeps like walking by and looking at the table where we're set up. We just literally grabbed a spot and sat. Well, you know what? I'm putting the cart before the horse because right when we got there, I saw the awesome Jeff Talanian and some buddies of his. They waved us over. I didn't even know they were waving at us. Like we walked into the lobby, and there's this big vista window. If you've never been to the Grand Geneva, it is a floor-to-ceiling, like 75 or 100 foot wide window. It's science fiction-y looking. And the sun was shining off the snow and blinding us, and we're like, trying. And I just see someone, like a silhouette of someone doing this. And so finally we go over, and it's Jeff Talanian and friends, and we're chit-chatting with them. And I'm like, hey, I saw Heidi Gygax over there, and I kind of, we've been invited, and they're in the VIP only section. So, do you think it'd be cool if I went over and talked to her? Go talk to her. So I went over, and of course, you know, she was just absolutely super sweet lady.
First time I ever met her, she was like immediately stood up to you and hugged me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Heidi
nice.
Heidi was awesome. And we chit chatted with her and with her husband Eric. So reach to you guys if you happen to watch this video. And we spent a while chit chatting with them, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's coming up on 3 o'clock, so I guess we'll just kill some time and hang around. But then, yeah, talking to Jeff and friends, and I'm like, you guys want to play some OD&D? Hey, Kleiner Jake. Oh, thank you for putting out the flag for the Discord crew, Kleiner Jake. I appreciate that. Yeah, copy and paste this URL all over social media. I don't mind. So we came up and we sat down, and
Cheers.
buddy of Paul Stormberg's Kevin came over and played with us for a while, and Colleen, my darling wife, rejoined us. Oh, Vile Necromancer, you're Corey. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm about to sing your praises, Corey. So
Get ready.
you know, best take your shoes off because your socks are going to get blown right through them. But anyway, so yeah, I played OD&D with them for a little while, and this very nice lady, she kept walking by, and I can't, maybe it's my ego or whatever, but I thought she kept looking over. She kept like, okay, all right, but do I know her? And finally, when the game wraps up, and I'm like, but she, like, practically dragging her husband comes over, and sir, madam, first of all, if you're fans of my show and my channel, God bless you both. Thank you very much. That is absolutely wonderful. I'm atrocious with names. This is not any lack of respect, of not knowing you.
I'll hold the picture. Maybe you can read them.
But they were wonderful people. He just wanted to meet me. He was just like, and she was like, my husband is a huge fan of your show, but he didn't think he could just come over and say hello to you. His name is William. So William, if you're watching this, absolutely. And this is the point of departure. This is the departure from controlled flight. I'm gonna put the little pic, because that's gonna show up real good on camera.
Well, it'll go on Twitter.
But yeah, I'm gonna put that up on Twitter.
I was sort of surprised they insisted I be in the picture.
Yeah. So yeah, William cannot make out your last name.
William phone is blurry there.
William phone is blurry there, but you and your wife are wonderful people, and
I talked with her for a little while. It was super fun.
The departure from controlled flight comes when it dawns on me that he and so many people walked up and said, you know, oh, I love your channel. Oh, and I'm like, okay, all right. Well, it's fame. It is fame. A dude gave me a set of reading glasses.
He's like, keep them.
Yeah, okay. It's like I get them for $20 in the
$16 at the whatever store.
At the truck stop.
Gas station.
Yeah, a gas station truck stop. So because I kept like trying to read fine print in D&D books, and so just you know, from the counter at a truck stop, and they work magnificently. They're 1.5s. So the point is not the glasses, and the point is not people coming over. Well, no, it is people coming over. It's and the Vile Necromancer, Corey, who I want to give an extended and even more awesome shout out. This won't show up well. I will get some macro pictures of this. This
it's beautiful.
Was 3D printed and painted by the Vile Necromancer.
And I love it so much.
Hey, Doomsword, look at this. My dude, Doomsword, listen to me. This is filament printed. Bro, we are amateurs. We sit at Corey's feet. He knocked this out in filament, dude, and look at the painting quality on that.
It has a little
There's a GM
Yes.
screen.
And he hands it to me and he said, "This is for you." And Bill, I wasn't sure what to write on the screen.
Yeah. So.
And I said, "Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, it can be anything this way." But oh my goodness,
So.
that's just beautiful.
Yeah, Corey. That's freaking
But
awesome.
I did take some really nice pictures so
Yeah.
that Bill could put them on
And
wherever.
And I don't. I'm not confident that this will make it to my miniature shelf. It may make it to.
I might keep it.
It might make it to Mrs. the Dungeon Delver's desk. So, but either way, she did. Either way, it is a loved item. Some of you big.
Our kids have seen pictures of it too, and are also in love with it. So it might get stolen.
Yeah. So this was totally unexpected and absolutely fantastic. And Corey,
such a great conversation with Corey today.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you for keeping me company.
Florida represent, by the way, here. I found there's a booth, and I think I got B-roll footage of them. If I didn't, I at least got their card, and I will give them a good shout out. It's going to be a lot of editing to do, guys. I have a crash week. But oh yeah, and Paul and I we didn't get to game together, but Paul and I saw each other, and it just like things just didn't quite sync up like I wanted them to 100%. But it's small potato. I didn't, guys. I thought like I might be able to squeak in a pickup game.
I barely saw Bill all
one a day. And especially when we woke up with the snow, I was like, well, okay, I got to play, a pickup game and whatever. And bless you, Padre.
Dad's card was full up.
Yeah, but I was super busy, and I'm going to be super busy tomorrow, and hopefully I can connect with Kanik at some point tomorrow. You guys, of course, know her as Sissy Sapphire from the Discord. She's up in this neck of the woods tomorrow, so hopefully I will see her. But in the overall, today was amazing. I never got back down to the dealer's room. It was just upstairs in gaming.
OD and do a lot of walking, so I was happy.
Yeah. OD&D, DCC, AD&D, and then home, the hotel room. By the way, do you guys like? Not right now. I'm not gonna do it live because Mrs. the Dungeon Delver is in a robe on the couch over there. But do you guys want like some footage of the hotel room before we go? I'll shoot that because many of you made this happen.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to know what your money got you. See what it bought for you. But I can do that. So today was kind of breathtaking in a lot of ways because again, people wanting to meet me. I ran into the guy that runs QuestCon here. I almost said here in Orlando. Greetings, Vincent. I ran into the guy that runs QuestCon in Orlando, and like he just kind of bolted out to say hello. He was kind of in the wings and sort of stepped over to say hi. So, I ended up talking to him for a few minutes, and guys, let me tell you something. Whether you're watching this at some point in the future, I'm going to leave it up on YouTube, or you're watching it live now. Unless I am very obviously engaged in like serious discussion, like like having a disagreement with somebody or something like that, which I generally like. I ain't about that anymore. Griffith Morgan was there today. That's right. Yeah. Oh, and that brings me back to something, Griffith, if you happen to catch this. Again, our sincere apologies about last night. Mrs. the Dungeon Delver was falling apart. We could not make the movie, dude.
Yeah, it is.
I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, she was. Like I honestly thought I was gonna have to ask hotel services for like a wheelchair or
Yeah, it
something
was
like that
embarrassing. Thank you very much.
to help her. And when I like I got my hey Kabuki. Yeah, when I got back and got my shoes off, my feet looked like a couple of beach balls. So I didn't. If you're watching the script, I did not just be like, going to your movie.
Well, we weren't sure where to find you.
Yeah. But anyway, so but back to happier stuff. As I was saying, so unless you happen to think that, like, even if I'm in the middle of like just some pickup game, just come over and say hi, right? Just dip in and say, hey, Bill.
He totally doesn't mind. Trust me.
Yes, Kabuki, I did run an OD&D game today. I ran a brief little OD&D game, but and it's not because yes, come to me, children, heap your praise upon me.
He just likes talking to people.
Evening, Yang. Good to see you, Yang Yan Zhao, of course. But yeah, guys, I'm not a celebrity. Okay, I mean the real celebrities to go to these cons are guys like if you're talking about dudes my age, like Alan Grohe and Paul Stormberg. And if you come here to GaryCon, which I don't know that I'll ever be able to come to again, but I'm not whining, but you never know. You never know.
Possible. Come on, man.
Go talk to Tim Kask. Go talk to Tom Wham. Go talk to Alan Hammock, Merle Rasmussen,
All the greats.
Roger Moore, Mike Mornard. Go talk to those guys, okay? Because they were there. They lived it, okay? We got to enjoy it once they released it out into the world and their great adventures. But yeah, definitely take a minute to talk to them. I'll talk to you gladly. All right, I will absolutely. But I would,
Will.
I was
We'll talk
kidding.
for hours.
I was kidding around today. Is they're just talking about how like fact intensive, and I've gone completely blank now. One of the documentarians of D&D lore and info is how complete he is. He's written a few books on it. But I kind of threw Paul's name into that discussion too, and I said, but I said, yeah, Paul knows so much about the history of D&D. He almost had me convinced that I was actually not here in Lake Geneva right now. Like that's how much he knows about Lake Geneva. Like, you're not actually, but anyway, but no, Paul's a super wonderful person. But yeah, avail yourself. Absolutely talk to me if you want to talk to me. But avail yourselves of talking to those guys. And I'm going to catch up with your comments now. Let me see here. Let's see. Back to Kabuki saying hello, Night Owls. When I do run OD&D, okay, like today was just kind of a pickup game. So we played very fast and loose. But if I run OD&D, it depends on how I'm doing it. But if somebody says, I want the pure OD&D thing, then yeah, it'll be Monsters and Treasure, Men and Magic, and the Underworld and Wilderness Adventures, and that's it. No Blackmoor, no Greyhawk, no Eldritch Wizardry, no gods, demigods, and heroes.
Don't pass go. Don't
Just the core. And no, I don't use chainmail for combat. We know, roll a d20 and consult across the chart. But if somebody wants that kind of experience, that's absolutely how I'll give it to them. Anyway, let me get into the comments here. Let's see. Kabuki says, I heard that Tom Wham's name is pronounced like it rhymes, that Wham is pronounced Wham.
Huh.
I've always heard Tom Wham, but maybe I'm incorrect. Vile Necromancer, I have to show you my original monster manual. Whoops. No. Oh my gosh, what are you doing to me? Ah, good Lord. My phone there, it's a little slow to respond. Anyway, Vile says, tomorrow I have to show you my original monster manual. Tim Cass signed the Bule picture today.
Nice.
Excellent, nice. Kabuki says, I've heard he is just too polite to correct anyone, so however people say Wham, it makes him happy.
I hate getting people's names wrong.
Yeah.
People butcher my first name, which is bizarre.
But anyway, happen to catch Derek, maybe? So, yeah, not a lot of footage. I have some individual pictures, a few individual pictures I'll put up on the Twitters, on the internets. Clanner Jake says,
Glasses.
yeah, well but it also fades out real quick.
Yeah.
It fades out real quick, so I gotta stop it. Anyway, and there it went again. Okay. All right. Some of us ask if you got to run a game because we all felt bad whistling. Some of us ask if you got to run a game because we all felt bad. All you had was the was a whistling sound the bomb made. As you noticed, plans should have to be in a bunker, but we had a target of opportunity. Did I buy the expert set I was eyeing? I did not. That look of awe, shock and awe I had. Oh yeah, okay, I got you now. No, so Doomsword, I did not happen to catch that individual. It took me a minute to remember who you're talking about. No, I did not see Derek. I focused strictly on doing my thing and having a lot of fun, and a lot of fun I did have once we were sure that we weren't going to be attacked by frost giants today, that we had safe passage to the metal and glass and stone fortress that is the inn at Lake Geneva. Anyway, so tomorrow, as I said, gaming dinner with Heidi Gygax and family, which is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to respect their wishes and not take a bunch of pictures. Although you got a picture with Heidi, yes or no?
I don't think so.
I don't think so,
No.
but or perhaps it was with her husband. So the missus is going to check on that, but it'll be up on socials. But and then of course, Vile Necromancer, you know what to do. And I hope to see Sapphire tomorrow at some point. In fact, Sapphire, if you're going to be up here in the Lug area, Lake Geneva, then we should absolutely aim to get you into Vile's game. I think that would be a lot of fun. So no swag to show off today, unless you guys want to see my
That table was epic. More than enough.
Yes, unless you guys want to see my character sheets from Alan's game, or my DCC character sheet, or my non-existent note. Here's all my notes for my OD&D game. Should I lean in so you can read those story beats? There you go. I don't know. Mrs. the Dungeon Delver, did I do a good job DMing Total Party Kill aside? Just my flair, my panache, my verve.
You were very energetic.
Thank you.
I was not expecting to play a game. Thank you so very much. Someone needs to be prepared for these things.
Well, I did ask you if you wanted to. I didn't say
No,
you had
didn't
to.
really. You just said, okay, roll 3d6, and I was like, come back from the ladies' room. I wanted to sit down. I said, I'm sorry, what now?
Let's
Then
see.
you tried to make me be a magic user, and I said no.
Character sheets or tombstone, Jake asks.
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, Brock, that's B-R-O-K, my Intelligence 4 fighting man from the DCC game, was burned alive by flamethrower wielding zombies.
Oh, God. Ugh.
But pretty elf lady take care of Brock Mousy even when Brock go heaven. So,
Oh, don't do that.
I'm sorry.
Don't do that. Oh.
So, and my female bard, AD&D bard, so like 5th level thief, 6th level fighter, 2nd level bard in Alan's game, lived and helped to carry the day. I felt a little bit like I speed ran it with no clip because I had it did, like literally in the last 5 minutes of the game. I'm like, there was this chess themed puzzle, and we were like looking down halls and everything, and I'm like, I have oil of etherealness. I dump it all over myself. I slick myself up to slip out of reality, and I'm just basically going to start a Fibonacci circle pattern search out of this room looking for what we need to find. And we did, and we spoke to the monster in question, and everything was super cool. Now that wasn't the coolest thing by far. I was not a spotlight stealer, a scene stealer in Alan's game, because slip through the bars of reality. That's right. Vile Necromancer says, "Tell the missus I love a good thief," but are left still watching. I don't blame the rest of you for dipping out, but anyway, that you know what? That's about all I've got. That's about all I've got. It's 1:00 I'm gonna Doomsword. I'm gonna call you, and I will talk to you guys later. Now I can hear me feeding back to it. So, good night, guys.
And I will talk to you guys later.